Wow, guys. Let me just put it this way. So, hey, guys, it's me, 80-4. Today, guys, we're here to recap the round of 16 of the Africa Cup of Nations 2021. And I gotta say, man, what a round this was. And before we look in the matches, which we'll get into, obviously, I just want to discuss and share my opinions the whole AFCON. For those people that said the AFCON was a waste of time or they shouldn't go out to represent their international teams, I have to say you guys are idiots. I'm going to call you out right now, especially the Europeans. This AFCON, for me, has been one of the most unpredictable AFCONs in history, you know. And I know there's other upsets. I'm not saying the AFCON's only tournament upsets. I know you had the Copa America. I know Uruguay exiting the quarterfinals was a bit of a shock. I know, perhaps the Euros, perhaps Turkey was a big disappointment. France getting knocked out round of 16. You could argue that one. But for me, this AFCON has just been unbelievable. It's been unbelievable. It's been insane, guys. And it just goes to show you guys that football is beautiful, And I told you guys yesterday, I was telling you guys that AFCON for me is just one of the more unpredictable tournaments ever. And what kind of tournament do you have where the favorites, Algeria, Nigeria, are already knocked out in the round of 16? You know what I'm saying? So it's just incredible, man. It's incredible. So I got to give it a round of applause to AFCON. So I want everyone to, if you're watching this, guys, I want you guys to appreciate this tournament because this tournament has been quite insane. Guys, without further ado, let's go ahead and get started with the round of 16. So, like I said, if you want to come on here, you're more than welcome to. Just let me know. Just hit me up on hit me up on Twitter, hit me on Discord. I'll be more than willing to give you the link. So yeah, make sure you contact me there on those platforms if you want to come on, of course. So really, this stream, I'm just going to go ahead and just give you guys my thoughts on every single matchup. And yeah, so let's start with the very first one, which we have is actually, let me read the comments first. So hello, I love the underdog stories. Me too, man. Underdog story has been amazing. Egypt versus Morocco will be a blockbuster. It's a good match on paper, but I don't know how good the match will be on the pitch because of I don't know. We'll see. That could be a good matchup. I'm not saying it's not a good matchup, but I just feel like for me, Egypt would be I just think that Egypt will be very defensive, and that's my issues. I wish that I'm just not really sure. For me, Ivory Coast versus Morocco would have been amazing. I would have loved to see that. No disrespect to Egypt, but I think Ivory Coast versus Morocco would have been insane. But Egypt is good too. That's a good matchup as well. The Equatorial Guinea Gambia final will be a dream. Actually, before we get started, guys, I want to go ahead and recap with you guys my predictions. So let's go ahead and look over how many predictions I got right. Obviously, I predicted 8 games. I predicted Gabon to beat Burkina Faso. I predicted Nigeria to beat Tunisia. So already 2 wrong. I did predict Gambia to beat Guinea. I did predict Cameroon to beat Comoros. I did predict Senegal to beat Cape Verde. Morocco to beat Malawi. Actually, you know what, guys? I only got 4 of these predictions right. I said Egypt would lose to Ivory Coast and Mali, Equatorial Guinea. Now, to be fair, and to be completely fair here, guys, I did predict that it would go to penalties between Mali and Equatorial Guinea, and I said that Mali would win. So I did predict that, but man, it was crazy. So like I said, guys, I only got 4 of my predictions right. So it just goes to show you guys that even I couldn't get these predictions right. 4 out of 8. That's 50%. I failed, man. Like if Africa Cup of Nations, I had a test on that, I would probably fail. And it just goes to show you guys how unpredictable this is. So Egypt versus Morocco is madness. Yeah, that's a good one. I definitely like that match as well. But it's just that I would have I think the Ivory Coast would have been better in my opinion. So let's start with the Burkina Faso versus Gabon. I gotta say that Burkina Faso, for me, they probably were the better team. I think for me, they were the better team in this matchup. And I just think that for me, Burkina Faso for me is way too wasteful. Way too wasteful indeed. And when you have 16 shots, 7 on target, you really should be scoring more than 1 goal, And the fact of the matter is that they even had a penalty that was missed early in the game, right? Bertrand Traore should have scored that penalty, and that could have made a huge difference. Now, obviously, he did redeem himself 10 minutes later. We got that goal. Great goal from him. And I just think for Gabon in particular, you got to give it up to them. I mean, the fact that they were down to 10 men and still show the courage to get the equalizer is quite incredible. Because that second half, guys, it was pretty much back and forth. And then Gabon did eventually equalize through in the 91st minute. And it was an own goal, actually. And Adama Gura equalized. You guys can see how many yellow cards were given. Then Burkina Faso were first to take the penalties. And yeah, they won the shootout. So, man, I got to say, man, like I said, guys, Burkina Faso for me, it's going to be interesting to see how they do against Tunisia because in that match in particular, I do think that Burkina Faso will have to play a lot better than this because for me, even though they do have the better players, in my opinion, oh, actually, let me put it this way. They do have some great players attacking wise. It's just that for me, they're just not clinical enough. They're just not clinical enough. And that's really my concern with Burkina Faso in particular, because I believe if they could be a bit more clinical and could finish off games, then I would actually favor them. I think they could actually stand a chance against Tunisia. That matchup against Tunisia is going to be very interesting, guys. Very, very interesting indeed. So, do you guys have any thoughts on the Burkina Faso versus Gabon game? Because that was an insane penalty shootout. That was an insane one, penalty shootout. And yeah, so actually, let me go ahead and see if I got any exact score lines right. Let's just go look at that real quick. So, Superb, I'm using this website for my Ivory Cup of Nations predictions. Yeah. So let's see. Wow, I didn't get any of these. Oh, I only got one correct, guys. I got one correct. Yeah, I only got one exact prediction right, guys, which was Gambia. That's the only one I got right. So I got 44 points, actually 34.5 points. It's actually decent. Correct outcomes. Oh, yeah, they counted the draw. The draw is that's why, because, So, yeah, I guess you guys have nothing to add to the Burkina Faso versus Gabon. If you guys have any additional thoughts, we'll get back to this match a little later. But like I said, guys, I think for me, Burkina Faso, for me, very, very wasteful when it comes to finishing their opportunities. We should do better. Moving on, we got Nigeria versus Tunisia. So, I got to say, man, Tunisia, wow, Nigeria, man. What? Wow, this might actually be one of the craziest ones. Because let's be clear here, guys. Even though technically speaking, this is an upset, it's really not that big of an upset if you think about it. If it's really not that big of an upset, because let's be real, guys. Let's be all frank here, guys. Tunisia is still a good team. Tunisia is still a great team. They still have some great players. Everyone, guys, Tunisia is a World Cup regular. They made it to the last World Cup. Keep in mind. It's just that the manner of this loss is so frustrating for Nigeria. And that goal that Tunisia scored was horrible goalkeeping. I mean, the goalkeeping for that goal is incredibly bad. And I just need to see that goal again. I just want to see that goal again because it was just horrible defending. I got to see this again. It's been a while since I saw it. So let me go ahead and just find here. So let me just go ahead and just search it up on here. Wow, yeah, the keeper really should be saving that. Okayo really should be saving that, guys. And it's just a poor effort, man. It's just a poor shot. Obviously, it's a good it's a good shot, but the goal, man, is just not that. It's just And for me, you got to give credit to Tunisia. You got to give credit to Tunisia because look at the team they had here, guys. Look at the bench they had. They had 8 players on the bench. Nigeria had how many players? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. They had 23 players. Tunisia had 19 players. Their best player, Kazri, didn't even start, and they still won the match. I just think that for me, guys, Nigeria for me, it's crazy, and because coming into this tournament, let me just say this right now about Nigeria real quick. I wasn't confident in Nigeria. I wasn't confident with Nigeria because of how Nigeria were playing. There was a lot of issues with the federation, them sacking Grand Roar, bringing in Egovan. There was a lot of turmoil in the camp. There was a lot of uncertainty. And for Nigeria in particular, although they played really well in the group stage, did they really play against any top nation in particular? Like, did they have to play? Because, like, let's be real, guys. Guinea-Bissau and Sudan, they're not that great. Neither of them even made the round of 16. And while Egypt is a good team, I will give them credit, and I did predict Egypt to top the group, by the way. I still don't really think Egypt is up at the level as Europe in Africa's best. Like, put it this way. If Nigeria had Tunisia in their group, or let's say, I don't know, let's say like Guinea, or like, I don't know, just something better, then I could somewhat understand where people are coming from. Because while Nigeria did play really well in the group stage, and I was very impressed with them, they didn't really, I didn't think they were properly tested. And this is what comes to you guys, is that just because you do so well in the group stage doesn't necessarily mean you're guaranteed to do well in the round of 16. Because the mentality of group stage and knockout stage is completely different. Group stage, you have 3 games. You just get the job done. Knockout stage, it's win or lose. There is no do-overs. And the pressure in the knockout stage is so much more exponentially higher than the pressure in the group stage. Like, if you lose a group stage match, it's not the end of the road. You know, chances are you still have another 2 games to make up for it. Whereas in the knockout stage, if you make one bad mistake, you're essentially screwed. So my point here is that hiccups can occur in the group stage, but hiccups can't really occur in the knockout stage. So, and for Nigeria in particular, I just think that for me, it's crazy. It's disappointing for in particular, and I just think that for me, Nigeria were not very good. They should have done a lot better. And with the players they had in paper, they really should be doing a lot better than this. And I gotta call out Eguavoen. Why did he take off Iheanacho? Why did you take off Chukwueze? Why did you bring out Alex Iwobi? Iwobi's a player that's been horrendous. He's not been good for Nigeria whatsoever. You keep insisting to bring him on. And don't give me this crap that, we were there have a yellow card or something like that. Okay. You're in a situation where you have to turn this game around and to try to make the comeback. You have these players, and yet you still only mustered up 1 shot on target. 1 shot? And if you look at the goal, just remove the goal that Tunisia scored. Tunisia would have still had more shots on target. So it's just really sad, man. It's just really sad, you know. So let me see what you guys say in the comment section. So Nigeria's keeper was so poor for Tunisia's goal. I agree. In 8 AFCON knockout games so far, 5 consecutive matches had red cards, and 2 games had 2 red cards, total 6 red cards in just 8 games. Yeah, that's pretty crazy, guys. Thriller from Manila, United Trades Nigeria. Pretty they would win the whole tournament. Oh, wow. I saw you just said the Kings of Africa were playing today. I didn't actually realize he actually predicted Nigeria to win the entire thing. Wow. Wow. Yeah, Trey, you gotta apologize. I knew that, let me make this clear. I knew that Nigeria were going to win this tournament. I knew that they were going to win this tournament from the very beginning. Even after the group stage performances, I just knew they were going to win this. And I just say that for me, I just don't really know, man. Nigeria, for me, they just have so many federations issues like that. Feel sad for Malawi. Yeah, it's disappointing. We'll get to them in a bit, but yeah, it is disappointing. I also kind of feel sad for them. I feel really, which nation I really feel bad for in the group stage in particular? I feel bad for Sierra Leone. They really, I wish they were in the round of 16 because they honestly deserved it. After getting draws against Algeria and Ivory Coast, they're not in this competition. They're not in the round of 16. It's so disappointing. And I also feel bad for Comoros. That's the nation I really feel bad for, guys. Comoros, I really feel bad for. But yeah, man, Tunisia, man, they defensively were solid. Tunisia, for me, defensively were solid. They played as a unit. They played so well defensively. They made it hard for Nigeria to break through. And you just got to give them credit, man. You just got to give credit. I'm going to be using this FootMob website. It's a lot more better, in my opinion. We're going to actually use that right now, guys. Let's go get this. Who were the best players on the day? And so, yeah. Man, where is it right here? Okay. Let me go on Sunday real quick. Okay, where's it? Where's AFCON? Yeah, right here. Burkina Faso versus Gabon. So as you guys can see, guys, I didn't have time to watch all these matches because there's so many matches, and obviously, you guys know I'm pretty busy and everything. So let's go look at the man of the match. So as you guys can see, Traore was the best player for Burkina Faso, which makes sense. Obviously scoring the penalty and getting that goal, actually missing the penalty. but scoring the goal makes sense. Then obviously you also have Yago that played well, Tapsoba that played well, Kabore played well, Bande played well, Ultra. Actually, this guy was the man of the match. And then for Gabon, the man of the match for them was Alain Manga in Kanga. So yeah. 16 shots, 9 chances created, 5 big chances. And yeah, as you guys can see, right, overall, guys, they definitely were the better team, in my opinion. And definitely deserve this. I think they definitely deserve to win this more than Gabon did. The Nigeria won, Tunisia nil. Nigeria nil, Tunisia won. As you guys can see, the best player for Tunisia was Dragger, who scored the goal. Actually, Ludini actually had a really good performance. Delabi also had a really good performance there. Then for Nigeria, it's Simon, who was good. Yeah, Simon was really good, guys. Moses Simon was really good in this tournament. Ndidi was good. And then obviously Ni was good. And then Sansu was really good as well. I really like this guy. Talented player indeed. And yeah, as you guys see, the worst player for Nigeria, which was pretty obvious, it would be the goalkeeper. 13, 11 chances, big chances created. 11 chances created, 2 big chances, 6 shots for them and 1 big chance. So yeah, man, like I said, it was a very, very interesting game, very shocking as well. So Nigeria, man, they ought to be disappointed when this lows, because that was pretty disappointing indeed. So let me see what you guys are saying in the chat. Comer said Sierra Leone drew against 2 tough teams. Yeah, I know, it's disappointing. Like, it's crazy how they drew against their tougher teams, and then the team that I actually thought would be their easiest team on paper ended up being the hardest one. So pretty unfortunate there. But hey, at least they presented, and at least they got to play, did well in the group. Comer's had a left back and goal. Yeah, that was really, really unfortunate. We'll get into the Comer's game in a bit later, but yeah. Osimhen could have been very key. And actually, that's a very good point there. HQR. Osimhen's presence could have definitely helped Nigeria a lot. I think his presence alone could have honestly made a huge difference for Nigeria in particular, because they really looked like toothless in their attack. And I just think that his presence alone could have really helped Nigeria a lot in that match. So, yeah, definitely. And Nigeria, they're going to need to have him for those World Cup qualifiers, especially for the World Cup, because if Osimhen misses the World Cup and the qualifiers, it's going to be bad for Nigeria. And apparently I've heard that Eguavoen has already stepped down. He's already stepped down. The new coach, Bassina, is going to actually take charge, which Piscaro, I think is... Actually, let me check. What's the Nigeria's coach name? I think it's Pesquino, right? And yeah, apparently Eguavoen has already resigned. And yeah, Jose Procero is going to be the new coach. So that just for me is just already bad enough. So yeah. We've got 9 likes this video, guys. Pretty good stuff. So actually, let me actually ask you guys, which upset is the most surprising? Let's do that, I guess. Gambia, Equatorial Guinea, and then Tunisia. So let me do a quick poll for you guys real quick, see what you guys are saying. I'm just doing something real quick, guys. Sorry for that. Whatever. Okay, I'll just do it on the YouTube page. All right. So let's move on to the next one, guys. Next match here. So then moving on. Actually, let me just click AFCON. It'll probably just be here. There we go. Let's just click that. A lot easier this way. I'm in the quarterfinals. All right. Moving on by Guinea versus Gambia. Now, I gotta say, man, Gambia, take a round of applause. I gotta discuss about Gambia real quick. Let me just give you some information about Gambia. Gambia coming into this tournament were the lowest ranked nation in the Africa Cup of Nations. They were ranked 150th place. Okay? This was a nation that is playing in their very first AFCON in their history. And the fact that they managed to make the quarterfinals, beating the likes of Tunisia, getting a draw against Mali, and beating Mauritania, and not to mention the fact that they just beat Guinea. It's just incredible, guys. Where can you guys can anyone tell me where the lowest ranked nation of a tournament, and I don't mean the World Cup, I mean regional tournaments, has made the quarterfinals? I mean, it's just ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. And I know people will say Guinea didn't have who is that? I forgot his name. Naby Keita. And I know he was definitely a big loss for Guinea in particular. But really, the truth of the matter is this. Even with Naby Keita, I really think that Gambia were just good, man. Gambia, for me, are just incredible. The fact that they managed to reach the quarterfinals is just incredible. It's just incredible. And I got to give it a round of applause for them. I got to give a round of applause for them because the way they played in this tournament has absolutely been superb. And remember, guys, I predicted Gambia to be one of the best third-place teams. I had faith they would do it. And right now, guys, I'm looking good. That prediction is looking better than I even had because I had them going around in 16, my initial predictions. All of a sudden, they're now in the quarterfinals. And given that what we saw against Cameroon, I really do think that they could honestly maybe surprise Cameroon there because it's not that straightforward, guys. It is not that straightforward. Cameroon haven't been that great, which we'll get onto in a bit later. But the point being is that, guys, like Gambia just have been incredible. Gambia have just been phenomenal, and I've really been impressed. I've been very impressed with Gambia in particular. And I just think that for me, they've been amazing. They've absolutely been superb. And I just think that we have to give them a round of applause. So, man, for Guinea in particular, I think Alex Mariba was definitely one of the better players, getting us 8.0 rating here, as you guys can see, which is amazing and everything. He was definitely one of the best players in the day, as you guys can see. Accurate pass 33, pass actually 87, 2 shots off target, block shots, and he was pretty good, He had a good game. Barrow, man. Musa Barrow, man. What a player he is. He plays at Bologna as a left winger. And also, with the way he's been playing, I wouldn't be surprised to see Serie A clubs make a move for him. He's 23 years old, guys. And you guys can see how many Barrow players are named here. There's so many Barrow players in this team. Then you also have another Barrow, Moda Barrow. And he was also pretty decent as well. And so yeah, man. Like I said, man. Great stuff indeed. Great stuff indeed. And I'm like I said, guys, I just think for Guinea in particular, they lacked a lot of creativity. I think Naby Keita's presence definitely could have helped a lot of things, made it a lot easier for them. And yeah, man, like I said, guys, it's just been phenomenal. Barrow, man, what a player he's been. Bob as well. He had also really another good game there, as you guys can see. 8.3, 1 assist, 38 accurate passes, and 93% pass accuracy. So, like I said, guys, I mean, this is a phenomenal, man. It's absolutely phenomenal what Gambia's been doing. And gotta give it up to them, man. 19 shots, 14 chances created, 2 big chances, 1 big chance there. And yeah, man, shots off target, 3 shots, 4 shots off target, blocked shots. And it was a very balanced game. It was a very even game. Very, very close. I knew that it was be a close game, and just Guinea in particular just didn't really look that great, in my opinion. Like they just didn't really have it. And I just think for Gambia in particular, they just had the motivation, the character, the ability, and you got to give up to the backline. That backline in particular, man, this guy in particular, Coley, was amazing. Omar Coley plays for Sampdoria. He might also make another big move too. He was amazing on the day. Absolutely superb. Gomez was also pretty good too. James Gomez. And it's just crazy to see how great this Gambia team has been doing. It's been amazing, guys. Absolutely superb. One of the fairy tale stories in here, guys. And Sam Saint Feet, great team. I even made a video about them because obviously I was going to do a live stream. I was actually going to do an original recap video, but I decided to do a live stream instead, in which I already gave a lot of praise for them. I gave a lot of praise for them, and I feel like they needed their own video. It'd be injustice. I didn't give them their own video, so I did, man. So yeah, man. Like I said, very, very good stuff indeed. Moving on to the next game. Let me see what you guys are saying in the comments. So it feels like Gambia wants to win it. Yeah, man, I would love for Gambia to win it. If Gambia wins this Africa Cup of Nations, guys, I mean, I don't know what to do, but like that would be one of the greatest international underdog stories ever. Even better than that Greece team that won it. Even better than that Greece team that won the Euros. This would actually be the best of all time. Like, let me make this clear. If Gambia wins this Africa Cup of Nations as the lowest ranked team, it's the best international achievement I've ever seen in my life. Okay, and I'm not joking around when I'm saying that. Barrow, yeah, he's the GOAT. Barrow is definitely the GOAT, guys. Barrow is the GOAT, indeed. Jordan Hyman, hello. Hello, Jordan Hyman. Thanks for stopping by. Nice profile picture. So, yeah, man. So, yeah, let's go ahead and move on. So, you guys have any other thoughts on this matchup? All right. There are actually more amount of Gambian players and decent teams I thought. Yeah, I mean, like I said, guys, I mean, it's definitely surprising. Mara, we could go and look into Ghent. He's playing at Ghent. Darbu as well plays at Roma. Dang, I didn't even know about this, And it's like I said, guys, with the beauty of this Africa Cup of Nations is that with 24 teams, we're learning about players that we never would have heard. Like, I can guarantee you right now, guys, if Barrow was in this insane AFCON, people probably wouldn't be talking about it. People probably wouldn't be talking about it. And that's just the beauty of this Africa Cup of Nations with 24 teams. You're learning about players that you never heard of before. And it's just phenomenal. I mean, I just still can't believe they're in the quarterfinals. I really still can't believe it. And then you have Jagne, he doesn't even have a club, guys. He's not even playing for a team. And he put out an insane performance. Nick Gum as well, And it's just phenomenal. Let's look at the goalkeeper, I never even heard that team before. What's that team from? I just want to do some, he's from Germany. It's a German team, and it's in the Regionalliga West. Is that like, what division of football is that? Is that like the third division? See, I mean, like I said, guys, it's just the beauty of this Africa Cup of Nations that you learn so much about different players that you never would have learned. So, like I said, guys, I got to give it up to Gambia in particular. I just love this stage they're doing in. So I hope that Gambia can continue this kind of thing, man, because they've been amazing. Okay, let's move on to the next game, guys. We got the next one. We got where is it right here? Cameroon versus Comoros. Cameroon. I have to call you out right now. I have to. Because for me, Cameroon, they are just, they got to be disappointed. And I know people will say, oh, yeah, they still won the match. Yeah, they won the match. But the thing about it is that Comoros actually played better than them. And the sad part is that Comoros didn't even have their full strength team. They're disappointed. They must be disappointed big time because imagine they had their full strength team. I mean, look at the players they had at the bench, guys. Comoros didn't even have their manager. Their manager tested positive. Their goalkeepers didn't even have tested positive and everything like that. And it's just like embarrassing for Cameroon in particular. And I know people say, "Oh, Cameroon still won the match." Okay. But if you actually look at the game itself, Comoros played really well. I mean, look at the stats in particular. Let me just show you guys the stats here in particular. Comoros had 13 shots, 9 chances created, 1 big chance. And you look at the overall, guys. 4 shots on target. And like I said before, guys, Comoros, in my opinion, they played really well. Got to give it up to them. And I got to give it up to this guy in particular. Al Hadou. This is his first time playing as a goalkeeper. And he actually, I think when he was playing the game, I think there was one chance he had his arms back. Because, as a player, you're not supposed to use your hands. But he's playing as a goalkeeper, so he forgot that he could use his hands. And it's like so sad that they weren't even able to call up another goalkeeper. And that, it's just sad, man, that Cameroon, you really expected them to do a lot better than this. You really expected to do a lot better than this. And they scored 2 goals against a depleted Comoros team. And the thing about Cameroon is that defensively, they're just not that great. Cameroon in particular, just not great defensively. This guy in particular had a shocker. Nagade Njini wasn't that great. Wasn't that great in particular. And keep in mind, guys, Comoros were already down to 10 men. Just minutes into the game. 7 minutes in the game. So, like I said in particular, guys, I just not been impressed with Cameroon. Just not been impressed. Akubar, obviously him scoring the goal, had a good game, obviously. Ikambi as well had a good game. And that free kick, man, from Comoros. What a free kick that was. Absolutely superb. And that's one of the goals of the tournament, guys. One of the goals of the tournament. Yusama Chegma. And yeah, he had a great goal, man. So, like I said before, guys, Cameroon, man, this is a disappointing performance. This is one of the worst performances I've seen. And even though you guys won, which I know you guys will be more than happy with, you guys should do a lot better than this. Because I'm telling you this right now, guys. If Cameroon play like this against Gambia, Gambia is beating them. Like, let me just tell that right now, guys. If Cameroon plays like this against Gambia, Gambia is going to beat them for sure, in my opinion. So, Cameroon, you guys got to play better than this. So, let me see what you guys say in the comment section. Cameroon should have spanned long shots against a left back on goal. Could have been like 5-0 up in halftime. Yeah, honestly, guys, when I heard the news that their goalkeeper, they had no goalkeeper available, I thought this would be a blowout, guys. I thought this would be an embarrassment, humiliation. I thought this would be like a huge, not necessarily embarrassment, but I thought Cameroon would have won this big time. I thought Cameroon would have won like 5 or 6, maybe even 4-0. So yeah, Senegal. No, that's a. We'll get to Senegal in a bit. I got a lot of stuff to say on Senegal as well. We'll get to that in a bit. Senegal even worse. They got around a 60 for a 97th minute penalty. Yeah, Senegal. If I'm being completely honest with you guys, Senegal have played a lot worse than Cameroon did. Like, if I'm just keeping things a stack, honest here. Just keeping things honestly speaking. So, yeah. That's just my opinion there. Cameroon shouldn't be proud of this performance. Absolutely. And hey, Palomo, thanks for stopping by. Probably Cameroon took it very lightly. Yeah, I mean, I can understand. Like I said, guys, it's easy for you to underestimate a nation. It's easy for you to underestimate an island like that. But you got to take into consideration that this Comoros team still managed to beat Ghana. And I know Ghana were horrible. I know Ghana were trash in this tournament. But the fact that they still managed to beat Ghana as one of the island nations is pretty amazing. I believe this is I think this is Comoros' first ever tournament here, first ever AFCON. I'm not sure about that. You guys can definitely, if you guys could fact check that for me. But this might be like Comoros' first ever tournament, I believe, in the AFCON. And I just think that for me, Comoros, they got to put their heads held up high. They played really well. And I think if they had their full strength team, it would have been a much closer game. Much closer game. And who knows, maybe this could have gone to penalties. But yeah, man, like I said, guys, Cameroon in particular, very disappointing. Very disappointed with them. Senegal is definitely worse. Yes, I agree with that. I agree. Senegal has definitely been worse. Just based on what we have seen so far. Okay? They've definitely been worse. No doubt whatsoever, in my opinion. Okay? So, yeah. Without a doubt. let's go ahead and move on over to the next game. Yeah, let's go ahead and move on over to the next game, guys. So let's move on over. Okay, so we're now done with Monday's games. We're now moving on to Tuesday. Senegal versus Cape Verde. Just speaking of Senegal right here, guys. Oh, boy. Still not convinced. And while they did score an open play goal, which is a miracle in itself, jokes aside, they still didn't look that great. And let's keep this in mind, guys. Cape Verde were down to 9 men. Cape Verde didn't even have their goalkeeper. Okay? And I just think that for me, guys, this Cape Verde just, you got to give it up to them. They played really well, man. They played really well defensively, made things difficult. And I just think that for me, Cape Verde were defensively solid. And you could argue for that red card for Vazano, which I did see that, by the way, guys. And that for me is a straight red because that's a denial of a clear goal scoring opportunity. And when you deny a clear goal scoring opportunity, you got to get a red card for that. I'm sorry. That's just that's the rules of the game. You know, you guys could disagree with me in the comment section below if you guys want, but that's just what I think. That if you are denying a clear goal scoring opportunity, you deserve to be sent off. Because that is a huge, okay? And Sadio Mane, man, what a goal that was. Beautiful goal, 63rd minute. You stepped up when your nation needed you. But obviously, we all know what happened. He did get injured a few minutes later. I believe he had an injury with I think he got injured the 57th minute, but he was able to stay on. And then he eventually came off. And then obviously, Senegal scored the dagger goal, 92nd minute. Amade Baba Dieng came. He scored the goal, came off the bench, scored the goal to make it 2-0, and to give Senegal a much-needed win in the Africa Cup of Nations. See, let me explain about Senegal real quick here. Okay, Mane, yes, he was pretty good. Mane was great in this match. And you look at the goal, 1 goal, 3 shots, 14 accurate passes. Then obviously you got Diado, who got that assist there. And then obviously you got this guy who came off the bench and scored the goal. And yeah, man, like I said, guys, Cape Verde, they were just trying to defend. They were just trying to park the bus and trying to make sure that this goes to penalties. That was pretty much their intention. You guys can see from here. And I mean, what else could you do? I mean, it's a difficult team to play against, and and it's interesting. I mean, just looking at head-to-head here, guys. It's always been 2-0. It's always been 2-0, guys, which I find very interesting indeed. So, very interesting indeed. And so, yeah, for Cape Verde in particular, I think for them to get around 16 was already impressive enough. But let me just explain real bit briefly with Senegal. I think Senegal, for me, have a great squad. They have an amazing team on paper. But for me, the issue with Senegal is that I just think that for me, I just don't think they have the mentality. I just don't think they have the mentality to perform, to step up in big games. When pressure comes to you, I just feel like they fold. And that's my issue with Senegal, is that they have such a great team on paper, but they just lack the killer instinct. They just lack that finisher, that they just lack that proper number 9, which I think is going to really hurt Senegal. And I just think that for me, for Senegal in particular, they have a great team. I'm not saying they don't have a bad team. Let me make that clear. They have a great team. They have a better team than Cameroon on paper. But the performances, Cameroon's have been better. Senegal, in my opinion, I just think that for me, they just have to improve their goal scoring. Their goal scoring has been very underwhelming indeed. And when it comes to these crucial games, because let's be real, guys, they're going to be playing against Equatorial Guinea. And while obviously the obvious answer would be their favorites, obviously they would be, it's not, And like I said before, guys, for Senegal in particular, I just think that for me, they just need to, there's just something wrong with their attack. I feel like their attack is super underwhelming because I was looking back at the previous AFCON, guys. I believe in every single game, they won their matches 1-0 in the AFCON 2019. Let me make that. I want to double check that real quick. AFCON 2019. I believe they won all their matches 1-0 leading up to the final. Let me make that sure. Senegal 1-0 against Tunisia, 1-0 against Benin, and 1-0 against Uganda. They pretty much 1-0 their way to the final. They pretty much did, and at least in the knockout stage. And while, of course, that, obviously I know USA did that recently with the whole Gold Cup thing. I just don't think it's really practical to do that. So like I said before, guys, Senegal, obviously, I think they're definitely one of the best teams on paper. On the AFCON, they have an insane squad. But I just think for me, Senegal in particular, they just really underwhelm when it comes to attack. Like look at this guy in particular, guys. Dia, not very good indeed. Not very good indeed. So yeah. Then yeah, I just think that for me, Senegal, they just have to be better when it comes to goal scoring. Their goal scoring is very underwhelming indeed. So let me go ahead and read what your guys say in the comments. We think a national team has career mode, but national teams need chemistry. We've seen this problem with Portugal too. Yeah, that's very true, guys. I think chemistry is actually one of the most underrated aspects of football. People just think having the best players will just be enough to see out the game. You need to build chemistry. And that's what I love about some of these international teams. You look at teams like, for example, like Tunisia. They don't really have many world-class players on paper, but they play well as a team. And that is very important. Because let's be real, guys. Ultimately, in football, it's about the team. It's not about the individuals. More often than not, you see the better team win, then the better players win. So it's just that what I'm trying to say here is that my point being is that it's not as straightforward as just having the best players. You need to build chemistry as well. Okay? So yeah. I voted for Tunisia in your poll. Although they're on paper the best team, they haven't been doing well apart from the one game against Mauritania. They came up against what was the best performing side and won. So, yeah, my country Syria beat them. At Polomo beat Tunisia. Yeah, I believe he's referring to that. So, the thing, like I said before, guys, I just think that for me, I just think that for me, guys, it's just that Senegal, for me, they just got to be better when it comes to goal scoring. And like I said before, guys, who knows if Mane is going to show up? Because, like I said, I don't even know if Mane is going to be available for their Sunday fixture. I mean, it looks like he's back. I mean, I did see pictures of him recovering, so it looks fine, everything like that. But we'll have to wait and see what happens. So, yeah. Yeah, 2-0. Yeah, I believe that's on the Arab Cup. The Arab Cup, actually, I believe. So, like I said before, guys, I don't know how much we can read into the Arab Cup because a lot of teams didn't really put out their best starting 11s. So, yeah. All right, let's move on to the next one, guys. The next game we have here, it is Morocco 2, Malawi 1. Guys, that goal from Malawi was absolutely brilliant. Mongo scored one of the goals of the tournament. I still can't believe he had the audacity to shoot from that point. I want to know how far that was from goal. Like, can anyone figure that out? How far it was? Because man, oh man. So it was a brilliant goal indeed. And for Morocco in particular, they looked really good. The amount of chances they created in this game was absolutely brilliant. They created so many different shots, so much different angles. And remember, guys, this was a team I picked to win the AFCON. Morocco was my team, guys. That's the team I predicted to win the AFCON. And I think they're the best team so far remaining in the competition so far. And I just think that for me, it was a brilliant goal. Brilliant goal indeed. And then at just a stroke at halftime, Yusuf Endazir equalized through a beautiful header. Great cross from Salim Al-Mali to make the equalizer. And man, yeah. And then look at this goal from Achraf Hakimi. What a free kick, man. 70th minute to put your nation into the quarterfinals of AFCON is ridiculous. And I believe there's a stat out there that he is the first player to score 2 free kicks in an AFCON since, like, I forgot which player did it, but it was like a long time ago. Let me see if I can pull that out for you guys. Because that is insane. That is absolutely insane. The fact that he scored a free kick, 2 free kicks in the same tournament is absolutely superb. Let me see if I can find that thing. Let me see. Where is that thing? Come on, where is that? It was yesterday. Let me see if I can find that, guys, because I think this is really big, guys. Huge, man. Where is that? January 23rd. Oh, wait, it's not it. Opta stats, it might be, guys. Okay, let me just search Opta. Now let me just search Hakimi. I'll probably say that. Opta Hakimi. There we go. Found it, guys. It's Opta Gene. Right here, guys. Opta Gene, right here. Let me just put it on here, guys. So, Achraf Hakimi has become the first player to score 2 direct free kick goals at the same Africa Cup of Nations edition since Germany with Cameroon 2008, Majestic, #AFCON 2021, #Team Morocco. That's crazy, guys. That is absolutely superb that he's done it, guys. He's done it, guys. And like I said, guys, I mean, it's been incredible. It's been incredible. And Morocco, man, they got such a good team on paper, man. You know, you have Kabi and Naziri, Loiseau, Amala, Boufal, Amrabat, Messina. Then you got Agourd, Saiss, Hakimi, Bonu. I mean, it's just an incredible team they have here. And look at the amount of chances they created. 24 shots, 18 chances created, 3 big chances. And it's just insane, guys. 10 shots on target, 11 shots on target. And it's just ridiculous, guys, how Malawi scored that goal, you know. And like I said, overall, I think that big chance was the goal, you know. Obviously, the goal scorer, Mango, got to give him a ton of props to had the audacity to go from that range. I think there was a huge penalty appeal in the second half. If I'm not mistaken, there was a penalty appeal. I forgot exactly what happened in particular, but yeah, there was a penalty appeal. And other than that, man, Morocco just looked really good, man. Morocco looked really, really good indeed. Been very impressed with it. And yeah, man. So. Oh man. If you're a Moroccan watching this, you must be feeling sad about knowing this con. Still can't forget the beautiful own goal against Iran 2018. Yeah, that was a crazy, man. That was insane. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, that must have been so heartbreaking for Morocco in particular. Morocco got great fullbacks. Mazraoui, Hakimi, one of them should play left back. Yeah, man, that's crazy. You know, they have 2 insane right backs in the team. You have Mazraoui, and you also have Hakimi. I mean, it's just insane how you could call up those kind of players and still, you know. Where does Messina play? He plays at Watford, left back. Yeah, I mean, it's just insane what this team they have here, man. So a Sevilla keeper should do better with that shot, though. Yeah, I mean, it's easy for us to say in hindsight, but, you know, as goalkeepers is very difficult. Goalkeepers is not very easy. It's not an easy position to play, guys. Like, we know how difficult it is. One of the most difficult positions ever. And I'm sure maybe some top keepers, maybe David De Gea, maybe Neuer. But, like, it's difficult to really say that shot. That was a spectacular goal and everything. So, you know, yeah, you can maybe say that, but it's hard to, it's easy to say in hindsight, but when you look at the timing of the game, I don't know. Messi 2 free kicks in Copa America, Euros 1. Oh yeah, that's crazy, guys. Yeah, that's crazy. Messi scored more free kicks than someone did in the Euros. That's absolutely crazy. Yeah, quite insane, right? Quite insane indeed. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. So yeah, like I said, Malawi, they played well, but you know, like I said, Morocco just had too much quality. And then moving on to today's matches, we got Ivory Coast versus Egypt. Wow, guys. Egypt. Got to give them a round of applause, man. Egypt in particular, guys, defensively, they looked solid. Defensively, they looked amazing. And people need to respect Egypt. People just think that Egypt is a one-man team with Salah. And while that is partially somewhat true, they still have some great players defensively. Hegzai had a great game. Abdoumade Hia had a great game. You know, and you got to give credit and say that Egypt were defensively one of the best teams in African competitions. They only conceded 1 goal in the entire tournament, and they're in the quarterfinals. You know, and I don't think any other nation has that kind of insane defensive record. Like, I feel like, let me see. I think they're the only nation with that kind of defensive record. Maybe Gambia as well. I think, actually, let me see Gambia. Gambia, they drew, wait, let me see something. I think Gambia also have a great defensive record as well. They might also be tied. Let me see. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Gambia only conceded 1 goal too. So Gambia as well has got a really good defensive record. Them and Egypt have insane defensive records, and it's just quite insane. It's just quite insane. You know, look at the players. You got Salah in particular. He had 2 shots this game, 27 accurate passes, 1 shot on target, 75% accuracy, 1 shot, block shot, 2 shots on target. And for me, guys, it was just insane, you know. And for me, Ivory Coast, Pepe was great. Pepe was amazing. Kessie injured was a big blow because for me, that was a huge blow for their defense because Kessie brings so much to the team. He controls the midfield, and he's super important for this team. And by the way, guys, I believe Barcelona have been linked to Kessie in particular. And let me just put it this way. I would love to have Kessie at Barcelona. He would be a great signing, guys. He'd be a great CDM. I would love to have him at Barcelona. But obviously, I'm going to make this Africa Cup of Nations related, not Barca related. So we're not going to spend too much time about that. But just wanted to show you guys that he has been he's been linked to Barcelona, which I think is huge. So hopefully we can get him, man. Hopefully we could. But anyways, I think he had a great game. I think for me, Haller, it was kind of crazy he came off the game because for me, Haller didn't really look that great. Didn't even have a single shot. Actually did have 2 shots on target, but he wasn't that great. And you look at players like, Wilfred Zaha, who really, I don't know why the Earth didn't start this game. He should start in Maxo Cornet as well. And it's just insane how Egypt, even with their first choice keeper out, Mohamed El Shanae, he had to go off injured. And they had their backup keeper, and they still won the penalties, which I find crazy indeed. And Eric Bailey, man, despite you having an insane game defensively as a center back, when it came to penalties, why in the earth did you do a no-look penalty? Why in the earth did you do a no-look penalty there? It was a very dumb idea, very stupid indeed, horrible idea. And you really costed Ivory Coast here. Because let's be real, guys. Ivory Coast should be winning against Egypt. Ivory Coast should be winning this match. And that's what I told the people is that Ivory Coast, yes, they beat Algeria and everything like that. But Algeria, for me, were just so desperate. Algeria wanted the win so badly. And when you're playing to trying to win the match, you play very open-minded. You don't play very defensive-minded. And that's the thing about Algeria is that, well, yes, they did technically beat, which I'm not saying they didn't beat. But it's just that just because you beat the defending champions doesn't mean you're invincible. So you know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't make you immune. So, like, you have to understand that it's not, like, straightforward. Because if it was, it'd be too easy, right? So, and you got to give a huge shout out to Egypt. Let's see how many saves he made. He made, like, 7 saves in the match. He was absolutely brilliant, And even their backup goalkeeper, got to talk about him as well. He had a good game. 1 save, man, as well. Crucial save indeed in the penalty shootout. And we look at their keeper in particular, Sangari. He made 6 saves too. He was also pretty good as well. But yeah, man, I mean, Egypt in particular, man, defensively were solid. And for me, Egypt is very similar to Senegal in the sense that they look so good. The midfield defense looks great, but it's the attack that's really worrying. And I feel like if Egypt were a bit more clinical, I really think they could honestly win this AFCON. I really genuinely do think so. Because they have the next match against Morocco, and that's going to be a big one. Big match indeed, guys. Huge match indeed, guys. So let's go ahead and see how that pans out. So yeah, like I said, guys, I mean, it's just like that. Let me see what you guys saying in the comments. Why you're saying that Ivory Coast should be beating Egypt when Egypt are better ranked. Yeah, like I said, guys, the FIFA rankings is not very straight. I don't particularly like the FIFA rankings, because let's be real, guys. Let's be real. Come on, Ivory Coast, they have the better players, right? I mean, I'm sure many of us would take Kessie over El Neni, Sula, Fati. I'm sure many of us would take Pepe over Mohamed Marci, Haller as well, Gradel as well. Then you have Bailey as well. I think Ivory Coast, for me, have the way better players than Egypt, And I know FIFA rankings are like that. Because let's be real, guys. FIFA rankings don't really, it just takes into account which team is more consistent. And I think because of the fact that Ivory Coast didn't make the final stage of the qualifiers, I think that's another reason why Ivory Coast. Because I'm telling you right now, Ivory Coast, So, yeah. Like I said, though, FIFA rankings, I don't really take those that seriously. I mean, let me put it this way. It's important, but it's not like the end-all be-all. Like, for example, hey, look at this comment right here. Well, Belgium are number 1 FIFA rankings, but they can't win a tournament. Exactly, right? If you're the number 1 ranked nation, shouldn't you be winning tournaments? You know what I'm saying? So it's not as like you have. If you're number 1, you should be the best nation in the world. Then how come they didn't win the World Cup? Or how come they didn't win the Euros? They were the best nation coming into the Euros according to FIFA rankings. They didn't win the Euros. So, like I said, it just doesn't make sense. So, I just don't understand why people like to obsess about these rankings. Everything rankings just means rankings are just there just for what's the word called again? Just to calculate how consistent the nations are, So yeah, and let's be real, guys. Ivory Coast, they really should have won this match. They really should have. But as I said, Ivory Coast, Egypt in particular, they played really well. I'm gonna give them credit because I think I heard that Egypt played really well in the first. I think I heard Egypt played really well in the first half, and second half Ivory Coast played a lot better, and then extra time it was pretty much more or less the same. So it was a very very interesting match in particular. So gotta give credit to Egypt though. Defensively they were solid. Defensively they were rock solid. So yeah, do you guys have any other thoughts before we move on to the final match of the AFCON round of 16, guys? Okay, I guess we're going to move on, guys. Let's go ahead and move on to the final match here. We got Mali versus Equatorial Guinea. Now, in my preview, guys, I said this would be a very close game. And I had a suspicion that Equatorial Guinea could actually win this. And let me explain why. Equatorial Guinea, they beat Algeria. They beat the defending champions. They beat Sierra Leone. And they also only lost to Ivory Coast 1-0. And for me, about Mali in particular, even though I did predict them to win, I just am not that impressed with Mali. Just not really that impressed with them. And they played and the thing about Mali that just made me really worried about them is that I was looking at the group stage matches in particular. They literally had a penalty in every single match. A penalty in every single match. And I'm like, well, that ain't going to always work. And I just think that for me, Equatorial, you got to give it a round of applause to them because defensively they were solid. Onana in particular, he was great in this match. He got a 7 rating there, 1 saves inside the box, 5 throws, 2 high claims. And this Equatorial Guinea, guys, it's a good team, guys. It's a great team. And Mali in particular, guys, you can call them Pali if you really want to, which I'm not going to, but you can make that. I'll be right back. Let me do something. So as I was saying, with Equatorial Guinea in particular, I just think that for me, they really played really well. They really played really well. And I just think that for me, this Coco guy in particular was amazing. And yeah, I mean, it's just crazy. 20 years old. He's plays for Deportivo Alaves. That's pretty crazy. And then you got Coco in particular who had a great game. 1 shot, 7.6 rating, block shots, And it just goes to show, guys, that Africa Cup of Nations upsets are happening, And like I said for Mali, they have an insane team on paper, but they just can't seem to deliver when the pressure comes to them. And I was just not impressed with their group stage performance. I really wasn't. They had Ibrahim Kone, who was a good striker, wasn't that great in the match. Traore, Haidara, Traore was amazing according to here. Let's see one particular. Wow. And then Haidara as well, Basuma. They have a great team on paper, but like I said, similar to what I said for Senegal and Egypt, I just think that for me, when it comes to goal scoring, they've been very underwhelming. Very, very underwhelming indeed. And it goes to show you guys that the weird part about that is that they had a lot of penalties for them, which helped them in the group stage. But when it came to the knockout stage, it actually was their demise, which is actually very ironic to say the least. So like I said in particular, Mali in particular, very, very impressed. Very disappointed with them. I really thought they would do a lot better than this. I had this game 1-1 going to penalties. Again, man, very, very disappointing indeed from Mali in particular, man. They got to play better than this. They got to play better than this. And like I said before, guys, very disappointing indeed. So we now have finished the round of 16, guys. Round of 16 recap. I'll have my quarterfinal predictions. We're going to do a live stream for that, guys, on Friday, basically around the same time as I did today, 5 p.m. So I hope you guys can see you guys there. So if you guys have any final thoughts regarding this AFCON, let me know in the comment section below. We're going to go ahead and just wrap up here for today. So let's see. Who was the best player for them? Okoko and Nichimi was the best players. And Ghana was the best player, 7.8. He had a great game, 1 shot in particular. So yeah. And yeah, so let's go ahead and share with you. If you have any final questions related to this AFCON, let me know. We'll be here for around 5 minutes, and then we're going to head out of here, guys. So let me go ahead and see what you guys say in the poll here. So 4 people said that Tunisia's upset is the most surprising. 4 people said Equatorial Guinea, and 2 people said Equatorial Guinea, 2 people said Gambia. So I'm going to go ahead and end the poll right now. And yeah, I mean, I like I said, guys, I mean, this AFCON has been crazy. Round of 16 has been incredible. I really enjoyed it, guys, from start to finish. So yeah. So you guys have any final questions regarding this AFCON? We'll be here for 4 more minutes, and then we're going to head out of here if you guys don't have any other questions. All right, make sure you guys like this video as well if you're new around here. Subscribe to the channel. Comment down below your thoughts. And yeah, make sure you guys do that as per usual. Which nation do you think? Which nation do you think it would have been fun in AFCON that missed out? Yeah. So I'm assuming you're talking about nations that didn't qualify at all. I'm assuming you're talking about nations that didn't qualify at all. Yeah. Sorry about that. I would probably say Madagascar. Considering what they did in the previous African Cup of Nations 2019, they reached the quarterfinals. I would have liked to have seen them back into here. I want to see how they were repeated. Let me look at the group stage. Let me look at AFCON 2021 qualification actually real quick. See which nations missed out. I would like to see Madagascar, I think. Let me just share the screen right here, guys. Jeez, my nose is itchy for some reason. Okay. So yeah, Gambia and Chad. I don't really think they would have done much. Uganda, Sudan, South Sudan. Oh, South Africa. South Africa could have definitely made things a little bit more interesting, but I don't really think they would have done much better. I don't know. Maybe they would have. DR Congo. I would have liked to see DR Congo in this, guys. I would have loved to see them be in there. Oh, you know what's really funny? They actually only lost 1 game, but they still went out. Wow, that's really sad. Burundi, Central African Republic. No, not really. Rwanda, Mozambique. Zambia. Yeah, I would like to see Zambia in here. Let's see. Rwanda is Kenya, Togo, Zambia as well. Oh, man, they were really close. Really close, guys. Only missed by a point. Tanzania. Okay. Madagascar. Oh, they missed out by a point. Dang. Wow. I would like to see Madagascar in it, man. Benin as well. I would like to see them. They made it to the quarterfinals last time around. Dang, that would have been sad. So, yeah, we've got some big sadness. I mean, Benin, Madagascar, Zambia, Kenya maybe, DR Congo. Yeah, these couple of nations I think could have made the AFCON a bit more interesting. But, like I said, there's always next time around. They'll have the opportunities next year. So, yeah, and I'm looking at the Gambia. They made it to the qualifiers, guys. They made it through 1-1 and 2-all on aggregate. Then they won 3-2 on penalties against Djibouti. And then they even topped their group with Gabon, DR Congo, which honestly, if I had made, I don't think I made predictions at the time, but if I did, I probably would have predicted Gambia to finish 3rd and probably predicted DR Congo or Gabon to finish 1st or 2nd. So the fact that Gambia have topped their qualifier group coming into this is quite impressive. Really is, in my opinion. So, Yeah, let me see something real quick. When is the preliminary round? When are those games going to take place? They haven't really given the schedule, but we're going to have this. And you know what's really sad, guys? Gambia still have to go through the qualifiers again, guys. They still have to go through the pot. They still have to go through the preliminary round. And then we also have the group stage in particular, guys. So, yeah, that's interesting. So, wow, look at this, guys. Let me show you guys right here. So, let me tell you guys something really interesting here. So, we got right here the 40 teams. Okay. The 2023 Africa Cup of Nations host, Ivory Coast, pursuing the qualifiers with a team guaranteed a spot in the finals, regardless of ranking in the group. Their match results counted to determine the qualification of other teams from the group. If Ivory Coast had finished out of top 2 teams in the group, a group runner-up would not qualify for the main tournament. Wow. So when are they going to do the draw for this? I'm assuming they'll probably do the draw after this, guys. And guys, could you guys believe it? The next year's AFCON is going to take place, and what is it? What's the thing called again? Next year's AFCON is going to take place in June of next year. Isn't that insane that we're already going to have a next year AFCON and just after just finishing this year? That's pretty insane. Gambia, they're surely going to go up now. I mean, the fact that they already made it, they're going to go up a lot of the FIFA rankings. So yeah, I think that's pretty much about it for today. I'll be back later on Friday for my quarterfinal predictions, guys. I'll have a lot more to say on that. And like I said, guys, if you want to come on here, you're more than welcome to. Just let me know on those other platforms and everything like that. I can maybe even put in the chat if you guys really want to. But like I said, I just want to know that if you're coming on, I just want to know who you are. That's the reason why I don't really want to do the chat. So if you do plan on coming on here from the chat, just let me know and I'll put the link for you guys. Anyway, guys, I think we're going to wrap it up for today. So I hope you guys did enjoy this, you guys. Like I said, it's been a great live stream, guys. Hope you guys did enjoy. Make sure you guys comment and subscribe. Check out my description below for my platforms. And I'll see you guys later. Peace out.